Yes, guys, welcome. Second night in a row making a video. Today, what I'm going to speak about, or tonight, what I'm going to speak about is I've been wanting to ask this question. I sort of addressed it slightly in a Snapchat video quickly, but I want to go a little bit more in depth from what I was trying to allude to or try to ask. So today, I'm gonna ask this question, right? I'm a really nice guy when you get me, and I don't like to pray. I don't like, do you know what I mean? I'm very nice, like, I like to act like I'm like flash or whatever, but no, man. But I have to ask this question, right? What is it? This is out to the Asian community, yeah? What is it that Muslims in particular favor about Filipinos and about Thais? What is it they favor? Now, whilst you're thinking about that, let me speak about something else, something different, right? Second subject I'm going to speak about is just like a thank you or like a big up to like black men of like my own diaspora or sort of maybe sub-Saharan black men, if you know what I mean. I just wanted to say, like, imagine that I live in a densely populated area of black men, but they sort of keep away from me so much so that another black guy can't just, if you come up close to me or whatever, everyone can see you. Do you know what I mean? And I won't know you in it, but do you know? Like, but it's almost that deep at times. Do you know what I mean? So in a way, like someone that comes up around me, they're well seen. Do you know what I mean? So it's for a reason, isn't it? It's for a reason, you know. Then the odd day or two, like they circle me a bit, but generally speaking, like I've seen like black men that like take it upon themselves to see me coming down the road, and it's not like anything funny or anything. I've seen them like cross the road just to, well, this guy's been on his own a long time. Do you know what? He doesn't know who I am, whatever. Let me cross the road. So I just make myself look safe. Do you know what I mean? I've seen them do that quite a few times, which is quite commendable. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I just want to say I wanted to thank you for this, right? Because like it's funny, yeah. No, I got to big you guys up for this, man. Thus far, you know, I'll give you an example. Like I was walking into the Lidl's in Lewisham, and this man aggressively followed me into the Lidl's. Now let's just say like I'm 5'9". Not as fat as Curtis Woodhouse. But yeah, no, you know, I'm 5'9", 11 stone, 12 stone, whatever. This man's probably like 6'2", 6'3", you know, like, and I'm quite athletically built man, do you know what I mean? I'm not sure where he's from. It's not England. It's probably like maybe from the Arab world or something like that. Yeah. And you know, he walks in very aggressively behind me, which has been done quite a few times. So this time I just thought, you know what, like, I'm going to follow you around the store. And I followed him around the store, which you shouldn't really do anyway, right? Because you don't know, right? But I just followed him. Yeah. Now, I started to think, can you imagine if black, sub-Saharan black men and their prowess began to do that around London? To me, can you imagine? Like the hysteria. Like, let's go Animal Kingdom here, yeah, right? The big yourselves up for something, right? Like, it's kind of proven to me that, like, you know, like a big black, a big black man or whatever, like, you look more menacing. Like, people don't talk about it, but you look. And also as well, there is a realness to it as well, because instantly people here, we read more in the news about black men harming black men, if you know what I mean. So there's that aspect, but also just like your athletic prowess or your prowess or the kind of reputation and all that sort of things, like it makes you look more violent or more, just more of a threat on the street. So in a way, sometimes it's something that has protected you and you don't even know, because people will be like, well, I shouldn't mess with him. Do you know what I mean? But then sometimes it could get you into trouble and get you searched by the police and whatever, you know. But because I'm thinking, like, if I was running into Tesco's all these times and all these different supermarkets and big old black guys were like walking in, 3 or 4 of them or whatever, yeah, can you imagine the hysteria? And also, can you imagine what people would be saying? Oh, they're savages, they're animals, why they're chasing him like that, blah, blah, blah. But then these guys from, like, sort of other parts of the world that are a little bit similar to ours but different, yeah, right? They can run up on me in any way, shape or form and it doesn't look aggressive. And they can just do it. Maybe they blend in better with the Europeans and the whites and the South Americans and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, right, so they blend in better. But I'm pretty sure, like, if black men did that, like black African dark-skinned men did that, yeah, like the supermarkets would be like threatened. They would be like literally like scared for me and for their own safety, and nothing would even happen. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, you know, they always say like a big black guy walking down a dark alley or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, like, do you know what I mean? You hold like a prowess. Obviously, a lot of it is news driven, but I feel like visually and like it's like Animal Kingdom, like you kind of like are kind of intimidating to other people and stuff like that. And I'd say like the white dudes haven't done that as well. There's hench white dudes as well, yeah. They haven't done that as well. So I mean, big boy, like white, they haven't done that either as well. But it's funny, like these other guys, like they can go in and be aggressive in environments that I'm in here, right? But if you guys come and do that, I think like the whole place will get shut down, something to get done or whatever, people to get moved, this and that. And thus far, you haven't done that. You haven't done that. Not, like rarely. Rarely. Do you know what I mean? Actually rarely. But these guys, yeah, they're like, same like Tesco's in Brixton. I think it was. The guy just like followed me in there aggressively and it kind of sets the tone. Do you know what I mean? Where you got to keep your guard up while you're shopping. Do you know what I mean? And then also like in the Asda, like I'm walking in at the same time. The guy's like, he's that height where I lose count, if you know what I mean. Like, so he was like, maybe he had to be 6'5", between 6'4" and 6'7", and quite well built. And like he tried to walk in like, obviously like he owned the place, if you know what I mean. And meanwhile, because black men stay away from me, there's none of you guys around, but his guys are all like centered around the supermarket. Do you know what I mean? I've been in a lot of environments like that. And I'm thinking like, right, if that was like a 6'6" like Francis Ngannou type looking, or like Anthony Joshua type, Dillian White looking or whatever, everyone would be going, oh, do you know what I mean? Like, but this guy can walk around kind of like, because end of the day, like, looks like, who knows, like, do you know what I mean? He's an athletic looking human being or whatever, but because he's not dark like me or whatever, the fear element around isn't the same. I'm sorry, like, it isn't the same. Yeah, so like, yeah, I want to thank black men for not like injecting that level of fear around London and around me, because that's easily done. You know what I mean? Easily done, right? Yeah, and just like by you guys walking in like in an aggressive sort of pose, walking ways or whatever, yeah, with purpose or whatever, you can just set the tone of a whole shopping centre and room just by your actions, and you ain't done that. You walk past me nice, calm. Do you know what I mean? No like intimidation at all. And I'm also in a densely populated area of black like Muslims from West Africa, like, and East Africa as well, like, but more like the West African guys, and they don't do that. But then these other guys, yeah, they do that all the time. And more time, or most of the time, I'm on my own, so I feel. And there could be like 10, 20 of them, like, sectioned around the shopping centre. Like the time in Tesco, Surrey Quays, like one guy was following me around. Yeah, and I said, what you follow? He walked from one part of the shopping centre and was with another goon or whatever on the other side of the shopping centre. Yeah, so they were like basically like stationed at different places in the supermarket, wherever I'd go to. Do you know what I mean? Waiting for me to walk in. Yeah, drawn out or what. Yeah, but you guys haven't done that. You guys definitely could. And I hope you never do. But yeah, you know, so big up. Thank you for that. Because it's not about scared or whatever. It's like, if there's a threat in the animal kingdom or whatever, you have to get nervous. You have to get stressed. So I would get stressed out from certain situations where there's too many guys and I'm outnumbered. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that, right? It's a natural reaction. But like to notice like across the board, London, black men haven't done that. Not to say black men ain't gonna influence black men. No, right? No, but black men haven't done that. Do you know what I mean? They haven't done that. They haven't tried to like walk in environments and intimidate everybody, or have this level of like I'm in control of this room. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, big up. Because a lot of times, yeah, like I'll feel like I've been in environments, yeah, like where there's women and there's a few black women that are like, they're not happy with the environment, yeah, and I could tell like they might want to like argue with either me or the men that are around, and I'm thinking I can't protect none of these sisters that are around me, man, because like the men that are here, if it turned the other way, like there's only one of me and 20 of them, and none of you around because you keep away from me. So they're like controlling. Do you know what I mean? They are Babylon when it comes to certain places that I'm entering, and that's not like altogether fair and just, you know. But anyway, yeah, big up for that. Big up for that, because you could go about it a different way. And you are me, I am you. So you can see how I think a little bit better than certain other guys I think in another kind of way. And you would know little moves to do that to like set me off, but you don't. Do you know what I mean? So I've got to be thankful for that, because you could do it. It don't matter how smart a man is or whatever, you could do it and you haven't. Do you know what I mean? And then these guys slowly try and like set the tone of like trying to like control environments and intimidate and man, or whatever. Do you know what I mean? And I'm thinking like, rah, you walk in as a 6'4", 5" athletically built man from another part of the world, and everybody's allows it. But trust me, if big black men start doing that in the supermarkets, walking in aggressively at the same time I am, the supermarkets are gonna do something about it. But they won't do nothing about these guys. So do you know what I mean? That there has taught me something about society, which I'll take forward. And I now understand. Do you know what I mean? I've learned so much, so many little things that can help in the future. But anyway, that's that. Moving on. So I'm getting a bit warm. I'd like the Asian Orient community to hear this. Listen, brothers, sisters, mums, dads, children, whatever. I want to be on here speaking to you every single day. Yeah. Like in depth about the funny things that you do, like the tricks. Do I do things that are dumb when you send me certain signals, right? Did I do anything clever that day? I don't know, right? But I just like you to move in silence. I've said what I've said. Yeah, right? I've motioned what I've motioned, you know what I mean? I'm real. I'm genuine, right? So I leave it to like let the stars align. But yeah, I do want to talk to you a lot, but it's just that if I do say something, they go and like maybe move a person from their shop or like just do things to block you off, or like, do you know what I mean? So but I feel like I need to do it more, because like just to connect up and not disconnect, because I hope we are connected. Yeah, right, we are connected, right? right? But do you know what I mean? You don't need to speak sometimes, you know what I mean? And I've learnt this as well. I've learnt that I've been around people nowadays where like, listen, man, you're my brother, you're my sister. We don't need to talk. We don't even need to know each other's language. You just need to know my story or whatever, and we're good. But anyway, man, yeah, back to my question that I was asking before. I feel a bit shy in asking this question, but it's something that I would ask sitting next to someone if I was speaking to an Asian guy who speaks like English like me, born and bred or whatever. And I would say, man, that what is it that I can feel that Muslims favor about Filipinos and Thais? Like, I thought about it deeply sometimes, and then I thought about it just like instant and whatever. But it's quite noticeable. And when I asked that question, the next couple of days, I felt like I went to places where like they were mixing names of like, just like linguistically mixing names of like Filipino. I don't even know that many people and Muslim names. They were like just mixing it, places that I were taking and whatever, or certain like Instagram like personalities that I'll know that I follow that are Filipino, just to get a kind of feel on the culture or whatever. And I do them sort of things, right? So yeah, I'm gonna answer it from my point of view, yeah, because like, man's genuine. I'm genuine in it, and whomever like my wherever my partner's from in the world or whatever, I say like I fight for Jamaica or whatever. I fight for them same way, because you never know. You could have kids, family, whatever, and you need to protect everyone, you know, if need be. But yeah, like yeah, once again, like I'm asking myself, what is it? What is it? What is it? Yeah, right. And I'm thinking, it couldn't be because they're nice people. It couldn't be because it couldn't be control, could it? It couldn't be control. But then I'm thinking, it's something to do with control. Or is it because you're just nice people? You know, because I feel like they have. I have to leave Chinese out of this because the place is so big. Yeah, it's not even a country. It's between a continent and a country. But I feel like they've selected those two countries. They've selected them. Whether you've said yeah, but no. I feel like they favor you for some reason. Like they definitely favor you. I don't know why. Well, I'm gonna try and answer why, but it's obvious like they favor you for some reason out of the other Asian countries, and Japan a little bit, but they those two in particular, they favor you. And I'm just thinking to myself, why is it? Why is it? Yeah. Now I can understand. Yeah, like Thailand has like a Muslim population, and it has like quite a significant Buddhist population that outnumbers the Muslims, I would say, in their country. But there's quite a heavy Muslim presence in the south of Thailand, to my reckoning, from what I can remember, yeah? Right? And in certain other cities, right? So I can understand that, right? But then obviously Filipinos, yeah, they're like, I would say they're from Christian background. They're kind of from the Pacific. A lot of them have like sort of Spanish, Portuguese ancestry or whatever, through like the exploits of Europeans and stuff like that. So they're quite mixed as well at the same time. But I'd say like they're mostly like Christian. Yeah, they're from Christian background. So I'm thinking, what is it they like? What is it they like about? What is it they like? What is it they favor? Yeah, and I'm thinking, is it because they're nice people? And I'm thinking, yeah, man, I have to think like this, man, because sometimes my situation is a lot more worldly than, it blows my mind, like, but then it should be, you know. But yeah, I'm letting you guys know, you two populations in particular, yeah, like, there's something to do with, to me, it's something to do with control. Like, you've been selected as the two populations that they believe that they can control. Do you know what I mean? And I'm speaking like this right now because Let me give you an example, man. Say you meet like a nice Filipino woman, just for example, right? For some reason, they may believe they can literally, me and you are together, and they can literally like surround us or influence us, control the family, control you and me, right? Also, for example, like a lot of you guys, you have ties or even family links, I believe, to the Middle East and the Arab world, because a lot of you go there first and then come to England, you know. And I think like a lot of ties are like that as well. So like I believe like for some reason they believe like they can control your community around me. That's all I think. That's all I believe. Because why would they favour you? It's quite apparent like over the last few years. Like it's quite apparent. Like I can talk to these people if I really need to. Like, and it's more time them two sets. Do you know what I mean? But I would say as well, man. I would say like the reason why I'm saying this is because like, you know, your partner or your wife or your girlfriend, they should be able to manipulate you and control you in certain ways. And you know what I mean? Like sometimes it can compromise like somebody's like, you know, your mum or your sister or whatever is in a place or in a country or somewhere that like, you know what I mean, doesn't make you feel comfortable making certain speeches and going certain places in England. Do you know what I mean? So you have to factor that in. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like yeah, like I believe like that it's something to do. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, I thought it was like the goodness of your hearts and you're very, very nice. But it's something to do with control, man. It's something to do with control. Now the thing is, like certain people, like they're the most powerful people in the world. Like they want to get to you, they can get to you. Don't really matter. But there's certain people that they prefer, and it's quite obvious when like and then the vibe I get from other Asians as well is like, if we can't deal with you and all of us deal with you in a normal way, then we won't even speak to you at all. But then Filipinos and Thais, like they'll like try and approach me or like kind of like allow Muslims to control them approaching me, when like Viets or whatever, they won't do that. Or I hope they won't. Do you know what I mean? Like, so that comes off a little more genuine. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not sure how I wanted to place this and put this, man, but I've noticed it. Like it's quite noticeable, and I'm like, what is behind it? What is the reason why? Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's that. Yeah. Also, I just wanted to say like I'm noticing. Yeah, I would say like certain black men or whatever, you need to watch the actions of certain other black men around me and orient you'll know where someone is from, especially in this area, more than me. So sometimes all you need to do is concentrate and focus on what Orients do around me. Yeah. And if need be, report every single move. Because you know, I'll give you a story, right? Quick story. Like, this is what Viets and Hong Kong in this area have done. And all Asians have done for me. They stay away from me like a distance, right? So that when like an Asian guy does come up around me, it's kind of weird. And I remember like I saw this man like just walking past me in the street, right? And he looked like of the Orient, Southeast Asian or whatever, right? But he was just like a little bit confident or overconfident, and the way he walked past me and the way he moved or whatever. And I just thought, nah, you guys are quite reserved, and his mannerism is just like different from you guys, yeah, right? But look the same, right? So I thought, Mark, record this man's face. Make sure you remember it. And 2 to 3 weeks later, I see him like with his like Muslim wife and whatever and all that sort of stuff, trying to walk past me again and all that, and trying to like make it come from 2 weeks then to like a week, then try and get it to every day where I see him, that kind of thing. They do that, yeah, right. So like, but the way I was able to sense that he was like a Muslim guy trying to approach me, like, or trying to make me see him, yeah, was like just his mannerism and the way he came off, and he got too close and he was too confident and almost like a little bit friendly. Do you know what I mean? And that's how I sort of picked him out, And so like, yeah, I get a lot of guys trying to do that sort of thing, and yeah, I've said what I've said, you know what I mean? The same applies. But yeah, they try like and sort of surround me and approach me. And like anyone I know from like any Orients I'll not already know, they try and look like you when I'm out and about in secluded places in London where like it's only them, and try and like implant sort of certain things about you or whatever, So like if I know your face from anywhere in like the Lambeth, Southwark area or Bow area or whatever, Tower Hamlets or whatever, they'll have guys that look like you and doing things that ain't like you or whatever, and try and confuse me a little bit. And I'm a bit too polite to say. But yeah, now and again, like I'll walk in certain places in the local vicinity, I'll say, I saw you down West End. I see someone look like you doing this or whatever. Right. But it's just like to let you know, innit? Do you know what I mean? It's like today in West End, I'm pretty sure like it was an Oriental Muslim guy. He tried to like play the act of like a Buddhist Asian guy that I know. Yeah, right. He tried to like be you, bro. Yeah, right. But he's not you. But he tried to be you. And do you know what I mean? I just had to go off. But he tried to like, do you know what I mean? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So like, yeah. And I'm quite nice, like, and I'm not into them politics there, like, do you know what I mean? I'm cool with everyone, but I've said what I said, and I'm not on that, do you know what I mean? But they try to like weave in like people and characters and try and like, but the only way I sort of see them sometimes come in is that they're like quite confident when you guys don't act confident, and also like you don't come near me enough and don't really acknowledge me. I just got to know like, right, I've said what I said, you must like have like a little bit of time for me. But these guys, like they're just like a little bit more friendly and more approachable. Do you know what I mean? Which is like, that's a guys. Do you know what I mean? It's a guys. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's a bit awkward me speaking about this, man, because yeah, I don't really like to speak about stuff like this, but yeah, do you know what I mean? Like a lot of they try to confuse me, and you don't want to be rude and say, oh, where's someone from, or be like on the religion or whatever, but they try to like replace like certain people. And I'm not going to come on here and say what it is I like about certain people, their backgrounds, cultures, this and that, whatever, I'm not, man. It's private to me and some partner that I know or whatever, you know what I mean? I'm not going to come on here and say it, man. But yeah, like, I do get like a lot of like, sort of Oriental Asians, like, Oriental Muslims, like Asians, like, tracking me and trying to like circle me and then put me in places where like it's only them. And sometimes I'll pick them out. Do you know what I mean? Just like they're a little bit over. They're like not passive aggressive. Some people might call it passive aggressive, but yeah, just a little bit more. Yeah, it's a little bit more. They're less subtle than you guys. Do you know what I mean? They're a little less subtle. Do you know what I mean? And also as well, maybe the part of the world they're in London, which we can have a debate for, which, we're not going to say Muslims control, but they have a heavy influence in London. So maybe like they're more confident in this environment as Asians than anywhere they've ever been in the world, because like they outnumber you, and they've got like a lot of backing from other countries around the world that are Muslim. So like they come around me a lot more confident. Do you know what I mean? And they don't mean it probably, but they do. Do you know what I mean? They come around a little bit more confident. And then I'm thinking sometimes I'm like, rah, like, imagine like someone didn't know you were Muslim. Like 3 years ago in COVID, like someone was calling you a Chinese, whatever, stay away from me or whatever. Do you know what I mean? So you still get the same type of racism probably until you open your mouth and say where you're from and you're Muslim or whatever. So you should like be brothers on a certain level, but they behave sort of different sometimes. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, they act like quite confident. And I'm a person like I act it, but I actually like sometimes confidence is a bit of a turn off sometimes, man. It's a bit like, wow, like you're enjoying like the fact that the whole of like London is backing you, or a certain segment of London is backing you, when I can see like a girl, like an Orient girl, like Chinese girl, whatever, sitting in a corner in a coffee shop, and she's nervous because I'm in the room, and she likes me, she wants to speak to me, everything, but she's nervous. But you're like having fun, do you know what I mean? That's not right, that's not fair, do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I just wanted to get that out, man, because like, sometimes I'm like, I don't want to say these things, man. I don't want to say it. But it's something I would say to someone if I'm sitting next to you or whatever. It's something I would definitely bring up. Do you know what I mean? And it'd be a lot more like bad words put in and that, man. But yeah, I get these guys trying to confuse me. And yeah, sometimes you gotta be like, rah. Mark slightly probably favours like Vietnam or Hong Kong. Like he probably so you know what? Let's just make him know, no, that's not us there, or that's us there, or whatever. Do you know what I mean? As soon as I'm out your area in London or whatever, like yeah, do you know what I mean? But then yeah, I had to make this video, man, because like I'm open to all, you know, and like end of the day, man, like, I'm genuine, so I deserve like those that are dealing with me to be genuine back, you know, or whatever. So that's why I said it, because like it's real, innit? It's serious, and like, do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Like I wouldn't want certain females not knowing like that, like their community has been chosen. Do you know what I mean? And like, you know, like sometimes like you're poor, nice people, nice background, and that's what your vulnerability is. Do you know what I mean? The fact that like you ain't got nothing, you ain't got much, you can be like gifted things and like just maneuvered and controlled because you're so nice. Do you know what I mean? Also, like who you're working for has massive effects and ramifications for someone like myself as well, man. Like there's a reason why like I you know, sometimes I'm always bigging up like Filipino nurses, this and that and all that sort of stuff. There's a reason why. Yeah. Because like I know you get your money from the NHS, like I know you get your money like from a humble, good place, you know what I mean? But like those like when you see me go in a lot of times like in the city into like apartment blocks, it's always like a Filipino maid like looking after the house or whatever. They run that one on me, right? But like, do you know what I mean? Someone like that now, I would exclude her because like she can be manipulated by her employer. She could literally like have to fly to maybe places and countries that I might not want to go to. Do you know what I mean? That can break up a relationship. But like a normal NHS girl, like I know like she ain't got to like run to anyone and whatever and all that sort of stuff. Do you know what I mean? So not everyone I'm on, man. Not everyone I'm on. Do you know what I mean? And just next year, man. What did I want to say now? I'm digressing. I'm going off, man. But like, yeah, no, I'll save it for another video. I'm not gonna say much more. But yeah, all I am gonna say is yeah, those are the reasons why. Just summing up, I believe like you guys in particular are favoured. It's something to do with like you're nice people, like kind of that poor background, humble beginnings and whatever. But at the same time, like they've got like a kind of influence and control over you, or they think they have, that they may not have, or they may have less of a manipulation with other Asian communities. So I think they feel like they have more of a manipulation. You could say they're more integrated with you or whatever. So they've kind of like favor you in a certain kind of way. But then I'm thinking like, raw, like it's not nice. Like if I'm speaking to a woman and she's controlled by another community that has a different agenda that can literally annex and envelop us and literally like cut off your family and all at the same time keep you happy and then make us parents, you know what I mean, or whatever, and break or whatever. Do you know what I mean? They know they can maneuver you, and then I could be like wound up in a country where like, or in a place where like they try and put one of their girls in front of you, because that might be the long-term goal. So I gotta like see certain things like that ahead of the time. And I ain't even got no girl, but do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? But yeah, these people like they're quite like organized and accurate in what they're doing, and I gotta control it in certain ways, man. Because I want to meet who I want to meet, man, but like not at the expense of my spirituality, not at the expense of my beliefs and what I believe is right. You know, I'm not gonna be like I don't want to be not contaminated. I don't want to be what's the word, compromised, or have somebody have too much, or a certain group have too much leverage over me, you know. So yeah, I hope this come across quite well. Big up once again all the black men that are the most intimidatory creatures on God's earth as human beings, if you know what I mean. If they really need to be, they can create a mass hysteria if they really wanted to, but they don't. And also, yeah, man, yeah, Asians watch Asians, man. You know, and yeah, like, yeah, just Asians watch Asians, man. Like, yeah, all good. Hope this message reaches you well. Yeah, I'm out. Take care. Good night. And I was gonna say something funny, but I'm not. Yeah, man. I hope this reaches you well, man. And it's, yeah, man. Deliver it straight to your heart, because it's from mine. Take care. One.